Hello, I'm Dr. Peter Devereux, a counsellor in the town of Victoria Park, and I'm also a university lecturer in sustainability and international development. Certainly the issues of reconciliation and issues of justice have been things really powerful in my life always, and I'll probably particularly pin them back to my mother, who grew up in India, and from that gave me a sense of how important justice was for her and her family when they worked in India, and so I took that on. And so for me, those values and that experience was very powerful for me in an Australian context as well. And so I really saw the value in that. Having worked overseas with the United Nations as well, I saw the real importance of justice for Indigenous people. And so at an Australian level, also saw the value in that. And I guess have seen a gradual evolution in that process and been actively part of it from, for example, one of the times when I was most proud to be an Australian was the day of the Australian apology. Yes, we're saying sorry, and that was a big turning point for me and I feel like for the country. To start with, the most fundamental is a recognition of history in Australia, what has happened, and that's a terrible history for white Australia and something that we have to recognise and really understand and acknowledge. And when I worked overseas with the UN in Germany, there was a great recognition of what the treatment of the Jews had meant and a real embrace of an apology and a sense of reconciliation from German people for that. And so for me in Australia, we really face the need to do that as well. And so reconciliation is first and foremost recognising our history, but then building relationships, accepting and recognising the impact on Indigenous and Torres Strait Islander people at home and right around the country, and addressing that in a way that will help those people to make the wonderful contribution that they do make to our country even stronger. Thinking about how we take reconciliation forward in the town, I think the other thing that's really crucial is to be guided by what we can do with our own community, but also be guided by what Indigenous people say is important to them and really respect that. So I think that's really important. In terms of myself and what I might get involved with National Reconciliation Week, for me, it's a really important week to take forward, to make visible our concern and our leadership. I'm certainly, very glad to be involved in the activity at Biddy Walk. I'm also involved with the One World Centre reconciliation action that we have by the river. If we're going to be part of leadership in the town, then it's not just about talking, it's actually actively engaging with the community, alongside them, being led by them, and alongside our Indigenous brothers and sisters that are also, so generous with us, and to follow their lead, I think is a real opportunity. So I'm delighted for those practical opportunities as well.